everybody, call me Felix, and on this Tagaytay food trip, we're at Balay Dako, the upscale modern Filipino restaurant owned and operated by the prestigious Antonio's group of restaurants. Although we were tempted to order the entire menu, as everything sounded mouth-watering, we only limited ourselves to 4 dishes, as we were transferring lodging that day down to a boutique resort at lakeside level of Taal Lake and Volcano in Batangas, specializing in Nordic cuisine. In short, we have to save room for dinner. Before we begin our lunch at Balay Dako, let's pick up where we last left off on our Tagaytay food trip. Last time it took us several hours to find a place to review for lunch, but we forgot it was Mother's Day and every sit-down restaurant was packed, as well as the roads in and around Tagaytay. We finally settled on the first restaurant that had room for us, the Twin Lakes branch of Ozora Japanese Restaurant, the best-known Japanese restaurant in Tagaytay. We were so hungry we ordered a ton of food, but wound up underwhelmed in the end. It wasn't the only time we've been underwhelmed by a top-rated restaurant in Tagaytay. See our review videos of Bag of Beans and Lime and Basil. There are also some rave reviews on our Tagaytay food trip, and so this is a good segue to tell you that if you want to see our Tagaytay food trip adventures, go ahead and click away on that playlist on the far right-hand corner. We were off to another highly rated Tagaytay restaurant, considered an essential destination for any Tagaytay food trip, and for good reason, as it belongs to the Antonio's group of restaurants. We tried one Antonio's restaurant already in Tagaytay called Breakfast at Antonio's, and while we thought the food was pretty decent, it was disappointing we only received good, not great food as expected. On this day, we tried out Antonio's flagship Filipino restaurant, Balay Dako, which even on a Monday, the day after Mother's Day and on election day itself, was still packed to the gills for lunch. Once we found an open parking spot, we embarked on the big green Spanish-Filipino house, and indeed that's what Balay Dako means in Ilonggo, big house. And it's fashioned by the vintage style of house found in the hometown of chef and proprietor Antonio Boy Escalante in Bacolod. And it's why Balay Dako has the vibe of the ruins outside Bacolod, just fully developed and decked in green from the exterior, with interestingly the look and feel of a factory circa the Second Industrial Revolution in England, with those windows, or at least in my idiosyncratic view they do, and with the hanging chandeliers matching the dark wood applications. It felt a little like a Game of Thrones hall on the second floor dining room, which to me seems like the most attractive place to dine, even though there's a nice alfresco dining area and a brighter first floor dining area. Request a table in the second floor dining room right by the window, as you'll have perhaps the best indoor vantage point of Taal Lake and Taal Volcano in the whole of Tagaytay. We could probably spot more like imagine our lakeside resort in Batangas we were transferring to was obscured by one of the mountains. More on that awesome resort in our next several videos. The food at Balay Dako reflects such a wide spectrum of Filipino cuisine, and there were so many mouth-watering items we had to pass up because we wanted no leftovers to feature the Nordic Filipino cuisine at our boutique hotel in Batangas. So, we limited ourselves to 4 main dishes that best encapsulate Balay Dako's range of Filipino cuisine, starting from a traditional Ilonggo dish in Kansi, a hearty, rich, sour soup full of beef brisket, pork leg, fresh jackfruit, lemongrass, and batuan, to a universally beloved Filipino dish in crispy pata that isn't quite your usual crispy pata, for this deep-fried pork leg is brined overnight in salt, ginger, lemongrass, and bay leaf. The best crispy pata by some distance I've tasted is Livestock Restaurant in BGC. With the crispy pata you could chop with a popsicle stick. Did the Balay Dako crispy pata close the gap or even overtake that much hallowed Livestock crispy pata? We also had to order our favorite Filipino-Spanish dish, Callos, the beef tripe stew with garbanzo beans and chorizo. And arguably the pièce de résistance, and an unexpected one, was a rice dish. Our driver Chris is more sensitive than the average Filipino in eating rice, but this rice dish came with a whole spring duck, beautifully fried, resting atop this bed of liver rice, with a side of pineapple sambal. We really didn't expect one whole spring duck to go with this fried rice dish, let alone a Southeast Asian fusion dish involving a whole spring duck. This surprise dish is actually not a bestseller, or a recommended one. Did we discover a must-order in this amazing value dish? Here's our Balay Dako review in its entirety with no further ado. Enjoy! Alright everyone, we are at Balay Dako in Batangas. Balay Dako by the Antonio's Restaurant Group. So we already went to an Antonio's restaurant, actually at Breakfast at Antonio's, and we just thought it kind of has its moments. Largely good, but disappointingly good, if that makes any sense. Because we want them to touch greatness, but we're trying them again before we head down the hill that way
to our new resort that's also called Nuuk. So this is, of course, I mean, the atmosphere is awesome. It's just an old, the term Balay Dako, it comes from Cebuano for big house.
And it's truly big. It's huge.
Huge.
Actually walk the bottom floor.
Yeah.
Attention to detail is fantastic.
Yeah. So I really like the whole, it feels very much like a Spanish Filipino house. Ancestral house. Kind of like even with the vaulted, vaulted openings too. You see there? Yeah. It almost feels medieval too, like Game of Thrones in some way. And then, of course, the best seats in the house are basically right by the lake and Taal Volcano right down there. So it was such a beautiful approach. I got footage of that too. So we're trying to keep it light and simple, which is to say, not as heavy so that we have leftovers. So we're only trying a few dishes, only 4 dishes, because we're going to try the Nordic Filipino restaurant at our hotel all the way down there.
But it's best 4 dishes that they have here, I think. Well,
maybe.
So we're hoping that it beats breakfast at Antonio's.
Yeah. So we got a Kansi, which is, they have some dishes from Negros, the province of Negros. So we have one of those dishes. We have the Spanish Filipino dish of Callos.
Yum.
Yes. And then we also got crispy pata, because they take imported pork shank and then they brine it, and then it put in other things, especially lemongrass.
Lemongrass, yeah.
That's something that's
weird,
interesting.
It's different, yeah.
And then we're trying out some rice, which is very, very interesting. It's basically spring duck with pineapple and chicken liver rice.
Pineapple sambal and chicken liver.
Pineapple
yeah.
sambal.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, so we got a section of everything.
Yeah.
So I think we're satisfied with that. Of course, not sure how satisfied we will be until we try the food. But yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
And the portions are huge over here from what I've seen on other tables. So again, we can't carry leftovers because we don't know about our new resort. So yeah, which we're really looking forward to. So this is like the big preview before that. Okay. We got some good drinks. I got me a Tablea Shake, so I want to see how that tastes. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
And you guys got fruit shakes. All right, back in a bit, guys.
Ripe mango and green mango shakes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yum.
Yum.
When was it established? What's the history?
Actually, sir, it was a small restaurant beside JT's restaurant, sir. The name is Antonio's Grill. Yes, but the owner established this restaurant last June 6, 2015, sir.
So it's kind of new. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Balay Dako means in Ilonggo is big house. Yes.
But is this structure new, or did they just restore it?
Yes, they just restore it, sir, the building. But it's not like this big. It's a small area only. Yes.
It's really nice. It's, the attention to detail is really nice.
Because the concept of this restaurant, sir, is conceptualized by their house in Bacolod. Yes.
So it's patterned by the house.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's
That's why it feels like the ruins.
Yes, sir. If you can see from the outside, it's a Spanish house. Yes.
Yeah.
Because the owner is from Bacolod.
That's the reason why.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that explains why. Because the chef owner is from Bacolod. Yeah. The reason why this house is what it is.
So he
and what
patterned
it
it
is.
over his house over there. Cool.
Yeah. Of course, I like that the design almost feels like a factory.
Yeah.
Or like a.
It is, right?
It feels like turn of the 19th, 20th century modern second industrial revolution like factory. And of course, floor to ceiling windows. It's kind of got that paved look, just the concrete meshed with the wood.
Yeah. Very cool concept.
Yeah. And it's very much a Spanish Filipino. Okay. And then the vaulted windows here. Very nice touch.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Kind of gives us ideas for the Funnel Cake Factory once we get our
again.
own restaurant chain. I always wanted to do an industrial thing where it's a container and then mixed with concrete and then mixed with like a 20th century look like this. Yeah, this is and then plaster it with like Japanese old paintings with corrugated metal, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So first things arrived. This is my Tablea Shake, and of course Tablea is Filipino chocolate. Right. Looks like there's some nuts on top. So, and of course we had the Tablea Chocolateria, like a really well-rounded, bittersweet. So
So like tablea, it's like not processed yet, right?
No.
Or is it yeah.
No, it's
So
basically like it's a very different process to how they make like chocolate.
real chocolate.
Yeah, yeah. So this is really the indigenous
Yeah.
Filipino chocolate. How they do it. Okay, let's try this. Yeah. It still has like that bitter sweetness intact. That like that twang,
Yeah.
and then that earthy sweetness.
Does it have that sour? No.
Has a little bit of a sour. Kind of, you mean like that mango sour?
Yeah.
Just like a little bit.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. So this, of course, is not too rich, because it kind of cuts out very quickly. But there's the richness of the chocolate from the tablea. Yeah. So rich and not rich in some ways.
Let me see this refreshing green mango shake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it's perfect. Tangy, sweet, and not too sweet. I like it.
Yeah. And get some more of like those peanuts here too. Adding a little more of like a nutty sweetness, and that fresh toastiness as well. Pretty refreshing Tablea Shake. All right, back in a bit. Can't wait to get our food. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to with our only 4 dishes we selected. Yeah. Okay, back in a bit. Wow, well, I didn't expect this.
Yes, stand up.
When they said
Wow.
when they said duck, I thought duck pieces. This is one big duck. And if you ask me, it's nearly 800 pesos. I think that's worth it. It's worth it.
That's
like,
a deal compared to like going to the other Chinese places with a duck.
yeah,
And this comes with the liver rice. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It's on. Last I
Good size
checked,
duck too.
no. Or I have to double check the price, everyone, because I remember it was something like 800 or whatever. Ah. Crispy patas over there. Very nice. The Callos serving size a little bit small. Yeah, compared to this. So when we thought about our order, we didn't expect this to be a bit small. We thought it was gonna be a monster thing like this.
Yeah.
So here is our Kansi. Now, I guess like the shorthand sort of description for it is that it's basically sinigang and bulalo had a baby with some achiote seeds. It's kind of true.
What's this?
We got some jackfruit in there.
Jackfruit.
Young jackfruit. I love young jackfruit. So it's a very Ilonggo thing to put jackfruit in soup. Young jackfruit soup. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, this looks like big old pork. It's a beef. Wow. It's really good. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the food came out relatively quickly too, given that we had to flag down a waiter.
Waiting for the waiter took longer than the food, guys. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But the service, yeah. As far as the serving time, wow. It's really surprising. Okay. Even gonna get some soup.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try this out. It should be some tangy, rich soup. It's definitely more like sinigang because of the sourness. But yeah, see, it's got like a little more of an oily sheen. I was expecting a slightly creamier Kansi. But tasty soup, nonetheless. Let's try some of this meat. So, beef here. Beef Kansi, yeah, there we go. Big ol' layer cake, basically, of beef.
Just put whatever you want.
A really tender meat. Fatty. There's enough fat. Just enough chew. Let me get some of the jackfruit. See how well it has eaten that soup.
It's really different. I've never had jackfruit before. Soup.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah. It's rich and it's sour at the same time. But not super sour.
It's like a comfort food. Comfort soup.
No. And then the young jackfruit's like bamboo shoot that's eaten up the richness and the sourness of the soup.
You would think with this beef, it would be a lot of oil. It's not, right? Because there's beef fat in here, and it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's not.
No, it's not like oily or
Yeah,
like
it's not
too
oily.
like a blob. It's almost like well put together, well composed.
Yeah.
Like the fat isn't like too, it's not like gushing necessarily, but it's so tender, and that meat is so tender. So I really like the meat, and they give you such a generous chunk of meat as well. Maybe we should make some sausawan for our meat though. Yeah. Okay. So I have some soy and some onion there. First of all, let's just do calamansi. Like so. Okay.
Oh, you want this or you want this?
Regular soy. I want the one with the onion.
Okay.
We're gonna be a little bit more aromatic, a little bit richer though. Okay.
We'll grab some onion out of there.
Yeah. Okay. Let me grab my beef here. Kind of looks like pork to me. I was almost fooled into thinking that.
It does look like pork, but it's not. It's so
No,
good.
it's beef. Yeah. So, of course, we are in Bulalo town, everybody. So, they're famous also for bulalo, the sizzling kind and the regular kind, but really wanted to try something different because we already had bulalo twice at Wesley's and at Bulalo Point, so really wanted to get something different, especially this is Bacolod, Iloilo cooking. Okay, there you go.
It's my first time.
With that sauce, it's amazing. Really amazing. I suggest you do the same.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Was that in that sauce you get the right amount of bite, spiciness, richness. The onion adds a little more sweetness, and then of course the calamansi cutting into it. I think they'll add a little more. I like the acidic bite here. I think it comes bog standard for like the other dishes, but in this Kansi it also makes sense. As for the meat.
This is for the chicken. Is it?
What do you think with the sauce? Tastes richer, doesn't it? A little spiciness, a little sourness. This is added. There you go. Yeah, I really dig that. I'm really surprised by the duck though. One whole duck. I had this vision that it was gonna be duck pieces,
Yeah, me too.
but wow.
Nicely served too.
Yeah. And this is, I don't know if it's a bestseller, but it wasn't like the recommended thing, but when we read the description, it was like, oh yeah, something that's, because it kind of sounds like Thai Filipino food. And look at that, they even have like crispy, is that like crispy shishito leaves or crispy basil or something?
Kamote leaves? I don't know what that is.
Look at that in a bit. I'm just gonna finish this big blob of meat, then we're going to go around crispy pata and then the Callos and then our duck rice. Wow.
Get ready for this. This one or this one?
Just gonna go for sipata, Callos.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So here's the crispy pata. Wow. They were not kidding when they said it feeds like 5 to 6 people. It's like our funnel cake.
Yeah.
Big portion. So
Right, Chris, look at that.
the unique thing about this is they brine this overnight in some of the usual aromatics you expect of crispy pata, but what makes it really is lemongrass. This sounds interesting. Wow. Look at the meat. Come on. Oh my god. Wow, that's a lot more where that came from.
I'm good with this.
Oh my goodness, indeed. Let me go for the prime eating here. So it's like right by the foot. Look at the gelatinous fried skin. Ooh. Hello. Hello indeed. I'm gonna eat this like a taco. I don't know what sauce they put it. Is that the relish? Or I'll just put it in my sauce here. The usual sauce. Usual salsa one. There we go. Just trying out the skin. That's a beautiful crispy texture. Wow, that's good. It's light. It has like those air bubbles that make it like light, crispy like glass. It's always good. There's that bottom layer of fat, which tastes rich, and of course with the sauce, I think you really need the sauce because what you're getting is more of like a slight toasty bitter edge. So it must be like that lemongrass giving off that, but pairing well with the soy, chili, and calamansi. Okay. That's really good.
It's really good.
So now that we've established the skin is crunchy, all the right place, and the other thing is, it's not hard. That skin is also, it's just easy to crunch. It's not like, there's something I don't really talk about much, or sometimes when it comes to crispy pata, you don't want it to be too hard where
Sometimes there's a hard piece.
like that crackling's like,
Yeah.
you have to put extra effort.
This one isn't.
No.
It's like soft throughout.
It's soft.
There must be some process.
Yeah. And it has to be the brining process to make this so soft. All right, the meat itself.
Moist.
Moist meat. Well, I would say, now, I have not tried a crispy pata. I have not tried a crispy pata that has rivaled livestock.
Livestock.
This is, yeah, I don't know if you've been there yet. But it's a restaurant that specializes in like the best crispy pata around. They cut it with a popsicle stick.
Oh, okay.
This is right up there, like in the special echelon of livestock. Right up there. Yeah. I'll say it's a tiny bit bland, so you really need the sauce. Right? That's the only nitpick I have, but the skin is real, the crackling is amazing. And then the moistness of the crispy pata, really good. Okay. Guess we should try our Callos with the stew. Let's get some tissue in first because I kind
A little of the tissue.
got all intimate with my crispy pata, unlike some people who just use a fork. Okay, Callos, good old Spanish Filipino favorite. That's some tripe. Looks like some sausage here. Put it on this side. Get some of the garnish on top. It's really rich. Okay, your turn.
Callos seems to be our. Oh, it's delicious. We're working on it.
We're only
Where does this
halfway
go
through.
to?
This is pineapple sambal sauce.
So do
Oh,
we
it's
pour
for the
that on
rice.
top?
Oh, I see.
On the rice or on the duck? Or is it just side?
Or on the side
Side.
as you serve it. Okay. Okay. I thought it was already in there. Thank you.
So, like I was saying, I think Callos has been something that has been our favorite since we've been
Yeah.
vlogging, right? So whenever it's on the menu,
Yeah.
we always try it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair to say. Yeah, because there's a few restaurants in Manila that do callos really well.
It's a really hard dish to make. I think that's why.
It also, yeah.
Time consuming.
Tripe, sausage. I don't see. I think there must be beef feet in there that's shredded in there. But there we go. Try that out. Very clean tripe. Chewy. We want that chew. Also soft. Tender. I need to get more of the broth, I think, really, because it's really chunky, this stew. And I think the coverage is kind of small. I mean, some restaurants or some people make theirs kind of more soupy. Some make it a little more of a stew.
I noticed that the stew, the sauce, doesn't have really a lot of flavor though.
Nah.
It's kind of bland.
Yeah, it has a bland. Because I mean, usually there's like a little bit of like a sharp tomato flavor, and then it's kind of balanced because there's a vinous quality to the sauce. But I'm really not getting a whole lot of flavor out of that sauce, though.
It's not, right?
For me, no. No. Yeah, it's really bland sauce. Really bland stew. The components of the dish are really good. I wish, though, the soup was richer. Okay, I'm gonna give this a rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna dive right into our duck fried rice with a pineapple sambal on the side. So don't put it on there. You just do it as you serve. All right, back in a bit. All right, Chris is very nervous. He's been very jittery because you know what? He's not eating his food with rice, and therefore he is shaking to his very core right now. He's gonna go into a shaking fit because he's not had rice. Yeah, he's gonna go into shock. There is a man who's about to go into shock because he hasn't had rice. So therefore we need to get this duck off of our rice, liver rice, chicken liver rice, with some pineapple sambal. Now guys, I'm gonna say it again, I'm very surprised. We got one flippin' whole duck. So we gotta dive into it to see if it's one of the best values you get at Balay Dako.
Chris, would you mind?
Wouldn't you mind? Oh, he's about to go in the tremors here.
Yeah. So we kind
We're
of
gonna
give
do
you
for him to
the best part of the duck.
What's that?
I want drumstick.
Drumstick.
So this is a spring duck, everyone. So it's not like,
Pretty big though.
it's a
for
big
duck.
spring duck though, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cheat and just eat a little bit of this meat.
Stuff in there?
The wing part. And
Is
the
it
thigh.
stuffed? Oh no.
Malaki na to.
Roasted. This one is baked or steamed, fried.
I don't know if it's because it's been sitting like that for like 20 minutes.
Is it hard?
It's a teensy bit dry.
Try that.
Oh, I love Thai. But it's almost tasting like poultry to me. It tastes like poultry. Tasting like chicken to me.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
So it's not too gamey. Not gamey at all, actually.
Ay, yung leg.
Paksay, di ba?
May leg.
Wala na. Wala nang bago na. Nagbago yun si Paliig na lang.
Bakit tayo sa leg?
Maybe it's just fried duck.
I love duck.
Thank you.
But I got a more tender piece out of the drumstick here, so actually pretty good. It's actually it's a little more juicy. No, stand corrected. That's pretty good. Okay,
How about your rice?
you need to get some rice. Okay, all right. Chris finally got his rice. He's gonna live, everybody. He's gonna make it through the night. All right. Okay. It's time to have some rice. I'm gonna try this on its own before hitting it up with the pineapple sambal. I mean, pineapple sambal, that makes me like excited because an Indonesian ingredient. Because I really think that if the Spanish never colonized the Philippines, the food will probably be tasting more like Malaysian, Indonesian food.
Yeah.
So, and I think these are kamote leaves. This is what JP deduced. Okay, try it out.
It's good. It's subtle.
Yeah.
Subtle liver.
Yeah, it's not in your face with that gaminess at all. Kind of gives it a slightly crumbly texture to go with that fluffy fried rice. Rice is cooked well. A little bit of like the kamote leaves kind of give it a little bit of a crunch. Very subtle flavors going on. So I think it's time. Yeah, that liver. There's like little morsels of
Yeah, liver.
meaty richness.
Yes.
There's a little bit of creaminess there too. I like that. So it kind of gets you at the end. Oh, and a little bit of ginger too. All right, pineapple sambal. Please let this be spicy. So I hadn't tried it with the duck yet, but I'm gonna try it with just the rice for now. Has a smoked pineapple relish taste. It's not really spicy. It just teases like a smoked red pepper, smoked pineapple concoction.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I like the rice. There's a very subtle spicy kick from the sambal, but very subtle. All the flavors are quite subtle. All right, let's have some of that duck with some of the rice and some of the sambal. Mix it all together. See if we get a real flavor bomb when you put all of it together. Ooh, nice kamote leaf too. Kind of comes together when you put it all together. That duck thigh is moist. It's got a little bit of fat. Good crispiness. Fluffy fried rice. I wish the sambal was spicy. If that was spicy, I think it will hit the next level of flavor. There you go. And we gotta try our Callos again because we complained that the sauce was bland. So here they're not used to that kind of complaining from customers here in the Philippines.
Yeah, but
But you know, we're trying to do this place justice, so we said, come on, guys, you got to do a little bit better than that.
we'll give them a chance, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's just a mistake. Everybody's human.
Yeah, everyone is.
The good thing is that Balay Dako took that criticism and they brought us back another one. So
Yeah, they brought us back another one. Okay, let me just put some on my spoon, like so, and now get more of this stew. There we go. I need more of that. Now I'll tell you. All right, you too.
let's see what happens.
See what happens. All right, there we go.
What? Uh-oh.
I'm getting more of a bean stew flavor, but it's not like buttery, luscious. You know how like on the Callos that we love? It's like the tripe is melted into the stew, and then it becomes a butter on its own. It's not quite like that here,
It's better tasting.
but it's better tasting.
I mean, it's as in better from what we had earlier.
Yeah. But for me, it's lacking the lusciousness of like that tripe melting into the sauce.
And usually you have some bread or something that you can,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that too. But even if you dip bread in this is not really luscious because again, that tripe and the fats within have to melt into the sauce and it becomes like a butter. So
Yeah.
when
It needs to be cooked longer.
yeah,
Simmered.
and then you put that bread on there and my God, it's like something magical. But yeah, it's a good Callos, everyone.
But there was no bread
But-
offered here to us.
No, but I think because it's such a lighter thing, and then there's not melting in. Okay, I think we're gonna have room for dessert, everyone. I think we can finish this. And then we have room for dessert. Yes, they have. I hear they make a good puto bumbong here.
There's a specific type of something
Dessert
that
where they
make.
prepare it for you, fresh,
Yeah, I don't know what is it.
and you can watch it. I don't know.
Piti piti or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Piaya, I think it is.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So, yeah, we gotta try that then.
It's from Negros.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
so everything is started from Negros.
Okay, so we're gonna save room for dessert, in fact, I think. So we'll have some of that special dessert, if they'll let us film it too. All right, back in a bit. Okay, we're in the dessert round. We finished all our food with no leftovers. Hooray, I'm happy. So
Look at that.
I had a Tablea Shake earlier, but I'm gonna have some hot chocolate with our dessert. We're gonna get some puto bumbong because they have this specialty called piaya. It's kind of like that rice cake with caramel. Takes 2 hours.
There's a 2-hour wait.
2 hour
They make it
wait.
fresh, or
Yeah,
like,
and we're in a hurry
is
to
it
go.
really that good?
We're in a hurry to go down there to our hotel, all the way down there at the Nuuk. So, we're gonna finish our dessert as quickly as possible. We're gonna have our hot chocolate, chocolate, bati roll. Yes. It's exactly like a richer tablea as far as the mouthfeel, but same flavor profile. There's still a coarseness of the cocoa, but it's rich. There's a little bit of graininess, but yeah, it's really tasty. Something about Tagaytay weather that makes you want to have hot chocolate or iced chocolate, whatever, anything chocolatey. But yeah, we have puto bumbong for dessert. That's what we're waiting on now. I have only a quarter left of my chocolate, hot chocolate. And the only dessert I have here is puto bumbong. It's been a while since I've had good puto bumbong. I'm gonna preface this and say the best I've had is actually at Manam. That, you know, place with the watermelon short rib sinigang that I don't like. Yeah, that one. So I'm just going to put the muscovado brown sugar already on top of the coconut. And they have cheese on the side. Like so. And then I'm just going to take a portion like that. I like mine with lots of brown sugar though. So I'm gonna put some more on there. Now JP does not like ube and coconut in the least bit.
So I'm gonna put some more on there.
Oh, more on. There. Okay. Shout out to certain morons out there who have sent messages inadvertently to the moron they're targeting. Okay. That's it. That's a big bite right there. Let's try it. It doesn't even taste like puto bumbong that I know of, in a good way.
It's good? Let me try.
But it tastes so buttery with that brown sugar, with that cheese and the grated coconut. All comes together like an awesome pastry altogether. Yeah, yay, I've converted him. I've done it.
Good.
He likes it. He likes it, Mikey.
Hot.
Yeah, and I love that it's served piping hot. Because it makes a huge difference. That brown sugar just melting on contact. Some of that cheese on there. And the cheese is optional. You pay 30 pesos extra for it. But it adds that extra creaminess there. And it's not too savory either. It's really good. More of the sugar.
Can you double check the oil?
Yeah. We'll try that again.
Savoriness of the cheese with the
Yeah.
brown sugar sweetness, and then the texture of the coconut.
Yeah.
These are like things I really don't like, and put together, amazing.
Yeah. And I love that how it's hot and it's all melting, just like, and it all comes into one.
There's butter in
like,
there
thing.
too, I can
Yeah,
tell.
it tastes so buttery.
Yeah.
Tastes so rich, sugary. Yeah. This is a real masterclass at Puto Bongbong.
Yum.
And guys, you have to eat this hot. If you don't, the magic is not there. Because everything just melts on contact. The cheese, the brown sugar, the coconut. All become one thing. So tasty. And perfect with tablea because of the coarseness, the graininess. Kind of complement each other.
Nice merienda.
Really good. But we're in
good.
such a hurry. We got the bill.
Yeah, all right.
We
I'm
want to go
excited.
to our hotel. So we are in a hurry to pay everybody. I'm going to cut off this review and then we're going to head down there. All the way down there. Yep.
So don't forget to check out that next video of our hotel, which is pretty new here in Tagaytay. So
It opened during pandemic.
yeah.
Or
So,
maybe right before it. Yeah.
It's been raved about in the media, actually, right?
Yeah.
So we're excited to see it ourselves.
Yeah. Especially before any big celebrities go over there and cover it. We'll be the first. We'll be
Alright,
the
folks.
first. Okay. See that next video, guys.
Next time on our Tagaytay food trip is the start of an outstanding 2.5-day stay at this brand new boutique resort by Taal Lake, and those 2.5 days deserve their own mini-series. 6 videos I have planned to fully do this Taal Lake resort justice. We're there before any notable Filipino celebrity can ever get to this summer house turned luxury boutique resort, and since we'll be lakeside, there's a little road trek heading down the mountain into Batangas. Once there, we were just astounded by how beautiful and exclusive this resort was. We're taking a tour of the resort premises, including a full tour of our suite the first night we're there, before switching to another suite the next day. So, now is a good time to ask you to subscribe, as I'll make it worth your while to see the next best hidden gem resort in the Philippines you should know about. And so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, as that helps a lot. Best yet, subscribe for more of our food and travel adventures to come. Until next time, keep cool but care, and remember, the empire never ended.